All right, welcome back to the channel. October 19th. They tell me it's a Sunday. So I guess before we get into this video here, I should say to my American fellows down below, happy No King's Day, I guess is what it is. So, congratulations, I guess. The largest protest in the history of the United States is either already happened this weekend or ongoing, finishing today. I guess my only other question is when Monday happens, what next? Anything much change? No, I guess not. But yeah, what next? I guess we'll find out. I want to do another educational video here today, and for this lesson, we're going to look at what not to do using our favorite whipping boy, 2-Tick Nick RealMacro Minethis1 clown. Remember, he's the guy that's been short the market since May. Wow, he's got some terminology I have never seen before. You should write a book, buddy. I'm sure people would buy it. Won't help you at all, but that just goes in the dustbin of all the other books that losers write about making money in the markets. So yeah. Months and months and months and months of going short, still doesn't want to admit anything. If you don't understand real macro, if you're not looking at it his way, you're just wrong. Let's forget about the fact that 5+ years ago when he blew up the first time, I said that was it. He was never coming back. And so far, that's been the case. He's only continued to dig that hole deeper and deeper as time presses on, time being the most valuable commodity. This guy is done. Sadly, just another loser retail trader. But what we're going to talk about today is what not to do. We're going to use 2-Tick Nick over here. What not to do. The many ways, one of the many ways that people that try to get a little fancy think they've got the keys to the kingdom here, and they start pairing up different securities. So we're going to long NASDAQ, short ES, or in this case, we're looking at the gold and oil pair. All right, so let's plug in here on this one. Gold and oil is signaling market is in a super bubble, and you can see he's got two horizontal lines here. So what he and a lot of other failed retail traders, which is why I'm doing this video, because this is very, very, very common, because it's an easy thing to do mathematically. And people can get some fancy looking chart, pat themselves on the back and say, hey, I must be doing some good. I'm going to go ahead and trade these things on a mean reversion basis, because that's what he's trying to do. Let me just take a second right now and tell you the single biggest problem that these retail traders, these losers, these career losers in the market, you will find them all over YouTube, 99% of retail trading YouTube channels make this problem. Nick makes this problem, and I suspect here on TradingView, 99% of people on TradingView make this problem. They all want to call tops and bottoms. Tops and bottom calling is one of the worst things you can do. Matter of fact, forget that. Because I'm pointing this out, it is the worst thing to do ever. If you are trying to call tops and bottoms, you've already lost. You're a failed loser trader like 2-Tick Nick here. You've already lost. You can look anywhere you want to look. Any forum, YouTube, here on TradingView, it doesn't matter. Anyone that tries to do stuff like that is already a failure. They've already blown themselves up. Now, most of them do it silently. Nick fortunately showed the world how well he could blow up and continues to blow up. And you'll see these people because all they do is make charts all day. And what are they trying to do? Trying to call tops and bottoms. That is the worst thing you can do as a trader. Do not do stuff like that. And this is just another version of it. Trying to call tops and bottoms. Listen, I'm going to give you an example. I want to know. Put down in the comment section because I'm completely curious here. Do any of you guys remember a failed loser trader trying to call tops and bottoms all day long by the name of Don Harold? I'm going to make a point here so you don't get snowed by these clowns, by these 2-Tick Nicks. Don Harold. Now, I think everyone understands because we finally laughed and mocked his ass off of YouTube once and for all. And that took years to do. I think everyone can accept this guy did not become anything close to the trading guru or hero that he may have occasionally looked like he was back when the market was agreeing with his type of thinking. And that's something you should probably remember and think about when you seem to be on a crazy winning streak. Have you found the keys to the kingdom, or is it just the market happen to agreeing with your mentality for the time being? That's what blew Two-Tick Nick up. And because he doesn't learn, he just keeps doing it. And he has blow up after blow up after blow up. Percentage-wise, pretty much the same thing. Dollar-wise, smaller on an ever-depleting balance in his portfolio. Just a shambles. But the point I want to make here with Don Harold is I think everyone that has watched that guy progress or regress over the last 15, 20 years here on YouTube, I guess it was closer to 15. It looked a lot of times like he was a hero. He was clairvoyant. And I can give you examples where he hit, calling a top or a bottom exactly right, and to the unlettered retail trader, which is most people, they think, wow, this guy's got something. He rubbed the crystal ball and out come the keys to the kingdom. Now, was that reality? No, it was not reality. It was a function of throwing enough darts that you're bound to be right sooner or later. But where it comes down to the rubber meeting the road, are you making gains in the market on a continual basis, or you just continue to chew away at your stack until you've got nothing left? That's really what it's all about. And Don Harold did that latter. Two-Tick Nick here is doing this latter one. These people, believe it or not, they will deny. But believe it or not, they're more interested in calling tops and bottoms than they are making money in the market. And that's just a flat fact. They'll deny it. Go ahead. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is you're never coming back to any high water mark you had. Not even close. Ever. You're too far behind. You're gone, son. I've told Two-Tick Nick this before. Years ago, I told him, that's it. You're done, buddy. And you're not going to learn. And that's why you're just going to keep going further and further behind. And that's what he's done exactly. And this is not some crazy new insight. It's just you see how people operate. That's the entirety of the retail space. And this is what he's doing here. He's just trying to be fancy about it by doing, in this case, gold over oil. And you can see the horizontal trend lines here. So he's trying to make this into a mean reversion trade. So every time it gets down here, you buy that pair, and it gets up here, you sell that pair. And hey, it looks like it works, right? And he says, well, only this time it didn't work. Other than this, it worked, at this horizontal level. This is the argument he's trying to use. And listen, let's just push this thing out here because it doesn't much matter. Whoop, there you go. So let me go back again. This is a classic example. Back here, where are we? Somewhere's around August 2024. Other than if you just ignore this, what would you have done? He's bringing this to you now. But if you were actually following this chart, what would you be doing right here? Well, you were shorting this pair, looking for a mean reversion trade. Listen, that is craziness. This is craziness because you're not even understanding really what you're looking at. Now, look, you're going to make some sort of, text here, some argument. And I look at this, it's like, oh, I can buy it. Would I ever trade this crazy shit? No. Now, he's not trading this crazy shit either, because what would have happened in July, August of 2024? Well, if what he's telling you here, it's never seen such extreme readings. Everything's extreme. Why? He's trying to pick a top or a bottom. So a year ago, you would have shorted this thing using this idea and this chart. You'd have been blown the fuck out. But he's not bringing it to you here. He's bringing it to you here at 64.845, and now you're at 74.318. So what's the point? What's the point?